Hello and good morning. Today something a little bit special. No, not really. We're coloring with this. Yeah. So, let me explain what I will do exactly. First I will zoom in. Oh yes. Nah, that, this is always the part that is kind of... I don't like zooming in that much. Because it's kind of difficult with... Here are the colors, just so you see what colors I will be using. I think it's interesting for people to see. Maybe it's not, maybe it's boring as heck, but yeah. Right, if I put the camera there, I think you should see it a little bit better. Yes, looks like it. Excellent. So, the first thing I will do is work on the background and maybe parts of the foreground. I will do two parts of this video. Because I'm not too sure it's possible to do everything at once, what with the drawing times and whatnot. You know how it is when you draw with traditional means. Oh wait, you probably don't. Well, the main difference is that you probably spend a lot less time on it because you don't have to correct. Well, you can't really correct, so you have to get used to the right line immediately. So this is the moon. It's that bright thing in the sky. It's pretty much the only thing in the Paris night sky you see. Yeah, I'm saying that because I was in Paris this weekend, visited my sister there, and it was nice because it was the I wasn't in a hotel, so I was able to just chill and relax. Because when you're at a hotel, hotels they are very expensive, so you always have kind of this knowledge in the back of your mind that I should be doing something because it's so gosh darn expensive. I must make sure that my time here is worth it. I must go see everything that Paris has to offer. So I kind of have well, stress, really. So for me, every single travel up until now to Paris was just pure stress. And this time it was really relaxed. And believe it or not, it was even, yeah, it was very, very relaxing, and even more so than just staying at home and doing nothing, really. Yeah, of course at home it's not always relaxed because you know you have work to do, and everywhere you go you get reminded of the work left to be done. Alright. The music I'm listening to is no music at all. So no link this time, because I'm sure you do have a link to no music at all somewhere. So this should be fine, I believe. Probably, maybe, I don't know. So for the background, yeah, I don't want to make the most complicated of backgrounds, but I do want to make a little night sky. So now I'm using my dark blue, which is not black blue, like super dark blue, but I think in this case it probably works better. Because I don't want to make it realistic. Well, it's a horse person on that broom. I'm not too sure realism is of the upper importance. Anyway, this should make a nice little contrast to the foreground, I believe. Or maybe not. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe life is a lie and you're condemned to die one day. Maybe we like bananas. No, that is a certainty in life. I like bananas. Don't you? You do. Or maybe you don't. It's up to you, because maybe you have an intolerance to a certain vitamin in the fruit that makes it impossible for you to eat it without having stomach problems, in which case I do absolutely understand that you cannot stand bananas. And stuff like that. Well, that one's weird. So, let's see what... Just adding a little bit of movement that is completely useless and won't bring anything. This is a very important step in the creative process. I may be lying. But then again, so is life to you. I don't know what I have today. I apologize if I get creepy. If I become creepy, that is actually, I believe that is actually right, correct in a grammatical sense. It's just something you are not really used to here, so it doesn't feel right per se. Okay, a little bit of foresty backgroundy thingy here. Well, there is one soundtrack I kind of meant to listen to right now, but then again I thought, I just turned my computer on and until it's ready to accept music. Well, now it could, but it does take 1 minute to get on, and I didn't want to wait 1 more minute until I can start to paint. I like painting, you guys. Alright, so I think this is going somewhere. I will have to make little corrections there once it's kind of half dry. So now let us do some stars. Top tip, aluminium. I apologize for all the headsets, things you put on your head. Use this, because I have heard that the crispness of aluminium is unbearable. On these, I didn't really notice it myself, but I'm using rather special headphones. It's, well, studio headphones, and they're supposed to make everything sound as much as real life as possible. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Well, good times. I mean, music is important in my life, so yeah, worth it. Little stars, little stars, little stars, bigger stars. I'm a star now. Stardust. We are all being made of stardust from thousands of years away. Which is why we like bananas. It is deeply rooted in our molecular structure. I might be lying again. Life is a lie. And anyway, the thing is, the current form of banana is rather different than the original one, which was full of grain and had really little meat. So To people who come and say that the banana is a proof that God exists and loves us, well, it's a lie. We selected the bananas we like the most over thousands, well, over centuries, and also show him the ananas, which is the proof that God exists and hates us all. I'm kidding. I have no idea if God exists or not. It is not something I can prove or disprove. It is a question of personal belief, of which I don't have many. Except that I do like bananas. This is a knowledge I have. Alright, nearly done there with the background. So I could start now with the following parts of the picture, but it's kind of risky to do that. Alright, there we go. Now wait, just a little bit more. Oh, this is a bit too dark to my taste. Says the guy who just talked about death and life in the universe for no adequately explained reason whatsoever. Crawling in my skin. This wound the real not it. Ah, that's so cute. Alright. So this was step the first. And I believe we shall meet again for step 2, or maybe not. That is up to you to decide, because maybe you don't want to see step 2 and instead you want to eat a nice banana.